We are good. What is up, chat? What's up, everybody? Hold on, let me double check. Real quick to make sure we are good and live and well. What's up, Kick, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? Sorry for the late reaction. Your boy just got out of church. Church ended up going out a lot sooner than later. So we are here early today. Turn this off. Reacting to Spider-Man Miles Morales versus Deku for My Hero. Now, I got a lot of y'all. I just got. I just started watching anime, and the first one I watched is My Hero, and I do love Deku 100%. I know he's gotten stronger. He's the official on is like his last season, and I don't know. Like I got a lot of catch up to do for him, but as far as like Miles Morales goes, I seen Into the Spider Verse, Across the Spider Verse. I'm waiting for Beyond the Spider Verse. Just got delayed again, a few more weeks, but I think they did it because the kids getting out during that time. So, personally, I don't know who's gonna win. I like both these characters. I think I like Miles Morales a little bit more, but I think Miles is gonna win. But I wouldn't be surprised if Deku wouldn't win either. Either way, both good characters. If y'all like what y'all see, make sure comment, like, subscribe. If y'all want me to add any more death battles, y'all let me know. But for now, let's just watch.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our
Whoever
job to analyze
wins,
their weapons,
good luck
armor,
to
and
ya.
skills to find out who would win a death battle.
All right, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider. And for who knows how long, he's been the one and only Spider-Man.
Right.
Friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
Yep.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610,
Yep.
when NYC's webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit.
Right.
Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in
Yep.
the world. And now, he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles' turn to be the hero the Big Apple needed.
Yep.
And he had all the usual spider kit to help him out.
This spider carried the Oz formula, a genetics-enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the...
I'm gonna say this too. For those of y'all that don't know, Into the Spider-Verse. So Miles Morales was somebody who, in his own universe, I'm not gonna say too much. I'm gonna give a little context of Miles because I kind of know the story, give or take. Miles Morales became Spider-Man, but his canon event, he was supposed to become the Prowler. You will learn this in the Across the Spider-Verse. He was supposed to become the Prowler in his own universe, but the enemy, the biggest enemy, Spot, back before he became an enemy, he transferred 42 Spider to 610's Earths, aka Miles' world. So technically speaking, Earth 42 was supposed to be Spider-Man, while Miles Morales was supposed to go out and become the Prowler under his Uncle Aaron. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and in the hands of, I forgot bro's name, the big dude, the OG Peter Parker does die, but it wasn't supposed to happen. It was just a chain of events that happened, but just a little context. But let's keep going, though.
...to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
And you can't forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person is complete without their web shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectile.
With Kanye and web shooters, he has a whole bunch of stuff on his inventory.
Having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher, though.
Yeah.
Between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
And how he ended up being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle.
There you go.
It makes family dinners so awkward. All that trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents.
Yep.
Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way.
Exactly.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like
Okay, I do want to go back to this whole parents thing. So, in Peter Parker's case, Uncle Ben is the canon event is that Uncle Ben is supposed to die, but Miles Morales' case, it's supposed to be his dad that dies. But as we see in Across and Into the Spider-Verse, it's actually his Uncle Aaron who passes. So, just a little context of him. Like, I know more about Miles than I do Deku, but still, I'm rooting for whoever.
invisibility and venom. Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys.
Very true.
Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Okay.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword.
So you're using that
What kind
comics
of
for this.
spider was
Who you think
this?
is winning? Y'all let me know.
Entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linophiidae, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of miles. No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Yep.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh, gee, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize.
While this feat was performed by the Atomic Earth 1048 Miles Morales, the descendants of the universe are comparable to part of the 1616. Yeah, okay, I kind of see you. Because most of the because every single Spider-Man and Spider-Woman we see all have similar powers. Even in Miguel's case from Across the Spider-Verse, they all have similar powers. Because the powers being from the spider give them similar powers. So it makes sense to some degree. I see it. I see it though.
Harlem, a blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's gotten kudos from a ton of older heroes, too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king
Okay.
of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit. This super rare and
Rest in
tough
peace
metal
to
can
him.
absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner
Okay.
to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be
Okay.
near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
When vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and
Okay.
making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor.
Right.
No longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of
Yeah.
other Spider variants to defend the multiverse.
Yep.
There's anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider
The
spider
Free the
people,
Prowler,
a
Green
whole
Goblin,
lot of them,
Venomous
each with their
Negative.
own way of
Kingpin.
getting the
Kingpin
job
was the
done.
one I knocked
Miles
out.
even led him into battle against the
So I'm
Inherit.
gonna cut this off. Kingpin was the one who knocked out the OG Spider-Man in his universe. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. But that was Kingpin, yeah. He eventually avenged him and defeated the Kingpin, too. Funny enough, the same attack that killed the OG Spider did not kill Miles, which says a lot more about Miles Morales' durability than we think. But go ahead, keep going.
A bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique
I
ways,
can't wait for this
anyone
next movie.
can be a hero.
All right, Miles. All right.
What is a hero? To the citizens of Japan, there was
This episode contains spoilers from the end of My Hero Academia. It's fine, because 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna forget it, so it's fine. But let's keep
No
on.
more synonymous with the word than their symbol of peace. All Might.
All Might, the
big
GOAT
numero
himself.
uno. With a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
Or so it seemed. After a battle with his arch nemesis All For One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks.
Right.
Not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo liked to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might, but even his idol told him that he would have to give up on his dreams.
Right.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk, until he got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy of All Might's torch.
Even though he
So
didn't,
after months of training,
even though he
Izuku perfected
failed,
All Might's quirk.
All Might saw
This
potential.
power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific U.S. locales and a soccer club.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks. One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single
Yep.
blow on accident.
He saved that girl
That
too. If y'all
wasn't
remember the
only
episode, he
thing
saved that
destroyed,
girl.
though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode, so Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka
Yep,
to
he
turn
saved
his
her.
zero name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before himself.
Yep.
Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style. Shoot style.
Shoot style.
To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All For One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it
Wow.
was his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One For All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One For All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One For All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges,
Yup.
to help him in his battle against All For One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes.
Low key, I'm gonna pause for a minute. Low key, I think this reason right here is why Deku will win, but we'll see. That right alone.
Also brace his arms and manually control his muscles if he can't move.
Float allows him to soar high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's
So-
mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats.
Okay, so
Familiar?
yeah,
Screen lets him create a smoke screen, but he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smoke screen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's
okay.
combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with full cowling to achieve foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady
Turn a
Naga,
little bit.
a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagan's bullet will cross a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku was moving so
Wow.
fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All for One's
Oh,
own
yeah.
Shigaraki
Miles,
couldn't
you
crack
might
it,
have lost
and
this,
this is a
buddy. I ain't
dude
gonna
who
lie
can
to you.
catch light-speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One for All was suffocating him, though. He's been
This can hit a lot off of one's full potential because the number 4 hero, Obliterate Dark Smite Fortress. What little the bottom said can hit you really hard. Interesting. Interesting. Oh man. Oh man.
all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the entire world
Sorry about that.
weighed on Deku. So he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All for One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One for All itself. Just people helping each other out.
There you go.
And with their help, Deku defeated All for One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation.
Oh,
just like every user of
wow.
One for All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school. If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt, he even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
With the help
Wow.
of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hello, it's me.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Miles, I want you to win, but I don't see you countering many of these things that my boy Deku can. I ain't gonna lie, Deku might 100% win this, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm still gonna go for my boy Miles. But like I said, whoever wins this, I won't be mad at it. But Deku looks like he has a better arsenal and such. But the fact that he retired and went back and was number 4 spot is crazy. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I want Miles to win, but I feel like Deku might win just because of that alone.
All possibilities.
But hey, I could be wrong.
Time for a death battle!
Let's get the way. Y'all new, make sure y'all comment and subscribe.
Huh?
Yo! You're more man and less spider than usual.
Okay.
Whoa, I was looking for you. Care to show me what you can do?
Alright, new guy. First lesson? Don't watch the mouth. Watch the head.
Okay.
Mine, Delaware!
Okay, I like the friendly sportsmanship.
Let's try that one more time.
Okay.
Guess who?
Deku might win, I ain't gonna lie. Based on what I'm seeing, Deku might win.
Can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that.
Okay.
Oh, mierda.
Dang.
I moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out.
Okay.
Because I always do my best.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Ah.
If I'm gonna do my best, I gotta do my own thing.
There you go. Hey. Oh. I'm loving the art style. Yo, this is W. This is a straight
I
W.
was right. Your quirk is amazing.
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay.
His suit has shock absorption. not nullification. So, it's got a limit.
Okay. Okay, this is actually hype as fuck. This is hype as Oh yeah. Oh, look at that energy! Nah, I don't think Deku's dead. Nah, I don't think he's dead. Yeah, Deku has more of a sleeve. Yeah, I don't think he's dead. Yep.
Spider-Man, you really are the ultimate.
Wait, oh, Deku won!
Con Dios, Aranya Hoven.
Let's start by talking about
Yeah.
their superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The spider sense gave Miles more insight on
What? Why Miles the head of the Spider Guy? This is largely a supportive mentor, rather than a direct combat on Miles' behalf. However, Miles' status as his herald could theoretically grant him spiritual protection from being attacked by one of. Yeah. I love Miles. I knew Deku. Yeah, and then you saw how quick that battle was, so you knew for a fact that he was gonna win. You knew Deku was gonna win once he blew. I was like,
his
yeah.
surroundings and threats than danger sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles' invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him
Yeah.
his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did.
While Venom is effective against genetic mutation, it can be resisted by those with high durability or pain tolerance, such as Ultimate Green Goblin. Deku has withstood electrical attacks from Scare and Nine. Even Venom Strike did paralyze Deku. He could puppet his body. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said in the preview that a lot of people said he has that even though Venom is with genetic mutation, isn't Deku someone genetically not genetically, technically Deku's powers aren't genetic. They were taught and learned from it. So that makes sense. That makes sense.
Advantages and disadvantages. We're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Okay.
Next up, speed.
Deku.
Scaling Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks.
Deku's
which
faster,
actually
though.
Outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku, though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and
Yeah.
make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
100%.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to
Yeah, okay.
significantly longer.
Fair enough.
But with his greater experience,
Miles
skill
gets that,
goes to
yeah.
Miles. And that means the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And
Deku.
that was no contest.
Deku,
Miles
yeah.
absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
Yeah.
All for one, the energy needed to part those clouds with this punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all. So the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive.
Miles' bomb solution feat was nearly fatal. Furthermore, the 546 megaton year for vibranium debris was a high in calculation. Energy to simply render New York's imitation as far less. Even okay. So all for one is just at the end of the day stronger than anything Spider could have done. Fair
Over
enough.
600 times stronger than vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One for All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had. making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all
Yeah.
of what Deku could dish
In
Yeah.
this super-powered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winner.
Okay, so this is the first battle I've seen where strength actually played an important part because, truth to be told, from what I'm seeing, this battle was a lot. Closer than I anticipated. But honestly, his past, Deku has so many counters against Spidey that it was just like, well, what was Spidey gonna do against all his quirks? He couldn't do it at all. He couldn't do it at all. But yeah, but big shout outs to Deku. I like the fight animation. It was quick. Love the references. Major dubs to Deku. Knew he was gonna win. Honestly, when I saw his thing last week, and even with this, I was like, yeah, Deku's winning. Nothing Spidey could have done would have made a difference. Anyway, but if you guys like, be sure to comment, subscribe, and feel free to comment below. If I got information wrong on these characters, let me know. But definitely comment below if you want me to do more death battles coming up. Oh wait, we should probably watch and see what's the next one.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Next time on Death Battle.
Wait, Godzilla.
Subscribe and join as a member.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a stop for Godzilla. I'm sorry. Unless something in the comics say otherwise, Godzilla's beating Hulk. Sorry. I'm going to say that. But, but anyway, if y'all like what you see, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'm going to see everybody next time. Peace.